Good morning. Guess what day it is? It's June 16th. And today is Take Your Cat to Work Day. And while that is probably not feasible for most people, if you can, today's the day to do it. But I'm going to give you some facts from Charlottesville Cat Care Clinic about cats. They say cats are nearsighted, but their peripheral vision and night vision are much better than humans. Cats can jump up to 6 times their length. This was interesting. Cats' claws all curve downward, which means they can't climb down the tree head first. Instead, they climb back down backwards. Cats have 230 bones instead of 206 like humans. Cats have an extra organ that allows them to taste scents in the air, and that's why sometimes your cat sits there with its mouth open. Cats walk like camels and giraffes. They move both of their right legs and then both of their left legs. According to the Huffington Post, cats typically sleep for 12 to 16 hours a day. Grapes and raisins, as well as onions, garlic, and chives, are all extremely harmful for cats. Grapes and raisins can cause kidney failure, and onions, garlics, and chives upset the gastrointestinal system. Cats have up to 100 different vocalizations, while dogs only have 10. Cats mark you as their territory when they rub their faces and bodies against you, as they have scent glands in those areas. Meowing, they say, is a behavior they developed to speak to humans. When dogs wag their tail, they may be expressing happiness, but this isn't the same thing for cats. When your cat wags their tail, it's their way of warning you that you're getting on their last nerve. Cats like to sleep on surfaces that smell like you, maybe your pillow or even your dirty laundry. Cats can be toilet trained. Cats were first brought to America in colonial times to get rid of the rodents. Each cat's nose is unique, like a human fingerprint. Some 700 million feral cats live in the United States. Studies suggest that domesticated cats first appeared in 3600 BC. And cats will refuse to eat unpalatable food to the point of starvation. That last statement reminds me of a cat I used to have. I bought her a certain food and I expected her to eat it, and I was going to make her eat it, so I left it down there. Well, she proved me wrong. I had to throw the food away when it got maggots and get her the food she wanted. Cats may be willing to starve instead of eating something undesirable, but most humans would not. This reminds me of a story in the Bible. Most people know the story of the prodigal son. He was the younger son, and he wanted his inheritance early. His father gave him his inheritance, and he took it and squandered it away. Later, he found himself feeding the swine. Now, if you know the Bible, you know that pigs are considered unclean. The prodigal was out of money by this time and was starving. Listen to Luke 15:11 through 19. Then he said, a certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falls to me. So he divided to them his livelihood. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and journeyed to a far country, and there wasted his possessions with prodigal living. But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in that land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed the swine. And he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. You know, spiritually speaking, we all have a hunger God places in us for Him. The way to satisfy that hunger is to accept Jesus as your Savior. But so often people are distracted. Satan sends things as a substitute for that place that you have in your heart for God. Don't let him do that. Reject the things that he's trying to feed you. Instead, accept Jesus as your Savior. He is the only way you'll ever be filled.